We've all been fishing. We know how disappointing, frustrating, and frankly boring it can be. You sit out on the lake with a friend, hooks in the water, hoping for even a nibble. Sometimes you lose your worm or the line gets tangled. You can even go hours without catching a single thing. Now imagine how much more exciting it would be if you didn't need a fishing pole and the fish came to you. The annual Redneck Fishing Tournament in Bath, Illinois makes that dream a reality. The rules of the tournament are simple. You can't use a fishing pole, you have to use a net instead. Whichever boat catches the most fish wins. Using nets instead of poles isn't just a fun twist to make things more interesting, though. You could argue that it's a necessity. The competition takes place on a 7-mile branch off of the Illinois River. It used to be a prime location for catching bass and catfish, but now it's infested with Asian carp. As boats make their way along the river, the engines startle the carp. This causes them to leap out of the water, sometimes reaching as high as 10 feet in the air. Not only are the flying Asian carp dangerous to boaters, they're killing the river's bass and catfish populations as well. Betty DeFord founded the tournament a decade ago in an attempt to rid the area of the rapidly populating carp.
We had a little bitty tournament after a regular carp tournament, and we had 5 boats in it, and we took dip nets. We caught 200 fish in an hour, and we threw them up on the banks so the coons and stuff could eat them so we could get our river back.
What started as a small tournament with only 5 boats has turned into a weekend-long event, drawing upwards of 5,000 people to a town that's normally home to only 320. Participants like Albert Johnson come from all around the area to compete. He says the tournament has even become somewhat of a family tradition.
We look forward to doing it every year, the whole family, wife, grandkids, daughters, all of that's here.
While the Redneck Fishing Tournament normally takes place during the first weekend of August, unusually high water levels forced it to be postponed almost a month. Despite being held later than usual, coordinator Betty DeFord says the turnout was great. Last year's contest removed nearly 10,000 Asian carp from the river, and DeFord says she thinks this year's tournament came close to matching that. For News 3, I'm Johnny Cather.